Working out hard every day to be the best I can. I shifted to the right, shifted to the left, hunker down low and reach high to the sky. Got my rhythm down pat, so they say. I'm looking like a winner in every way. So when I hear somebody say, what a horse, I know they're talking about me, of course. And I'm gonna be in that winner's circle someday. Yeah, I'm a prime example of a Tennessee walker, a high-stepping, fast-walking Tennessee talker. I'm gonna be in that winner's circle someday.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this episode of What a Horse.
Yes, sir.
You made it, even in the rain.
Mm-hmm.
There's
a lot of rain out there.
I told you wouldn't wet. I mean, you wouldn't melt.
I thought I was going to melt now.
I'm sure you.
I thought I was.
Yeah, I can see you now. Running, trying to keep that slick head from getting damp. It would be pretty good, though.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, you do your thing, and then we'll get started. How's that?
That'll work. We'll be right back after these messages.
Welcome to where the 5 to 9 more than makes up for the 9 to 5. To where you check your troubles, along with your coat. And days are made, even at 10 at night. Welcome to the best time you've ever had, since the last time you were here. To old friends, new experiences, and forgotten cares. Welcome to where life moves at the speed of you. Welcome to Sam's Town Tunica Hotel and Gambling Hall by Boyd. Welcome to where you want to be.
Instead of telling you about an affordable communication service that will save you money for a rainy day, I'm going to let one of my clients from Columbia Dental Group tell you all about Host My Services.
You're not losing any service, your phone calls, you don't drop any calls, have any issues at all. They have the app where if you have an off-site person, they just have the app on their phone, they can use it from there. Like, you should definitely get a quote, because even buying a whole new phone system is cheaper than what you're going to pay for with Verizon or AT&T or anybody else through them. And the quality is great.
Just the customer service.
Customer service, I talked to him.
There's two things to remember when checking out Host My Communication Services. Number one is free analysis of your current communication costs. Number two is there's no capital outlay for the equipment. Two great reasons to call 931-581-4411 today and start saving for that rainy day.
Join the Duck River Watershed Society Spring Cleanup March 1st at the Normandy Dam boat launch area. Help protect the Duck River, home to more than 650 aquatic species and a vital source of clean water for over 300,000 people. Be part of something bigger. Enjoy free lunch, exciting giveaways, and the satisfaction of making a real difference. Special thanks to our sponsors for making this event possible. Sign up today and help keep the Duck River clean and thriving.
Folks, this is where you send money to help in the legal fund to combat the new proposed rulemaking that the USDA released here a couple weeks ago. This is tax-deductible donation as fast as a 501c3, and be sure to put legal fund on your memo line, as this guarantees that your money goes exactly where you want it to go.
And welcome back. Got some announcements to make. Trainers Banquet is this weekend, 14th and 15th. I believe Friday morning, the 14th, y'all have a meeting, right?
Yeah, trainers meeting. Yeah.
And now they've got a, you can call 931-684-5866 to make sure. They're going to have a online auction. They're raising money. So in honor of Carol Styoff and Richard's Jewelry, this tie tack will be auctioned on the online auctions.
Okay.
We're not going to put it out. That's a $950 tie-tack. It's got the two prongs on the back to where it doesn't swivel. Once you put it on, it stays up where the luck stays in. It's diamond. I think it's a half carat, but it's $950 is what it's marked to sell. So everybody get on there and bid. That's all those funds go to the trainers, nobody else. March 13th and through the 15th, now this is next month. This is March that we're talking about now. You got the Fast Showcase.
Yes.
Their lineup, their class sheet is on the report, along with the Trainer Show, which is the 27th through the 29th. Both of those shows will be at Cooper Steel in Shelbyville, Tennessee. And I'm looking forward to them. They're both 3-day shows. That'd be a good way to kick off the 2025
Yep. Mm-hmm.
and just get out there, let her rip. You know as well what's going on as well as I do, but I want to point something out to people. I canceled my subscription, but Icarus Magazine, they put out a story from the Humane Society of the United States, which is trying to change their name to World Equine something, I don't know. But they put out a promotional for the PAST Act. I don't see why people want to support a magazine that would put that trash out.
That's right.
I mean, and a lot of people, they're still talking about, well, the walking horse. Let me tell y'all something. The walking horse is the only equine industry that followed the Horse Protection Act. The rest of you broke the law. Now, those are the facts.
Yes.
The Horse Protection Act was passed. When you read it, it does not mention anything about the walking, the racking, the spotted, the saddlebreds, nothing. All it does is let the racehorse, the thoroughbreds, they're over here because that's on speed. All the show horses was included. Every one of you, except the walking horse industry, broke the law. You lied. You cheated us because we followed the law. And because we followed the law and turned in the violations, here comes the USDA all over us because we're the only ones turning them in. So according to everybody else, we're the only ones breaking the law.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's BS. I could spell that out, but I won't. But it just gets to me when everybody says we want to do this, we want to do that. When they're talking about the Horse Protection Act, everybody wants to turn around and just talk about the walking and the racking horse. I got news for y'all. We're not the problem. We are not the problem.
The Horse Protection Act is for all breeder horses.
Everybody.
That's right.
And if you can't let that sink in to where you understand it, go get you an attorney, sit down with them and let them read it to you. And then ask them, does that include my breed? If your horse is equine, which it is, it includes your horse. That's what really gets me. Everybody wants to point the finger to us. Hell, we followed the law.
We the only horse that get inspected before you get ready to go in the show ring. So every horse that you see in that show ring been inspected by somebody.
That's right. And a good job was done.
That's right.
I know the USDA now is wanting to change that, and from the DQPs are wanting to use HPIs, but they are training them. Every time I think about this, I get. They are virtually training them, no hands-on. Now that's like training a dentist to pull teeth with no hands-on experience.
Yeah.
And then they spent years training the HIOs who turned around and showed the DQPs exactly what the USDA wanted. The USDA comes to a show and they say, boy, those guys are finding everything. We got to create something. And that's the only way I can put it. Because if you're the only one that can find a scar, and they take it to an equine clinic or have a veterinarian come and look and they can't find it, but somebody over here that wanted to be a veterinarian and wasn't good enough, so they went to work for the USDA, they say, yeah, it's scarred. Then they can't agree with each other. I mean, there are so many conflicts in what the USDA,
Oh, yeah.
and you know it. I mean, what was it they told you at field scar?
Yes.
There's an old field scar at the knee. And she told you what?
She told me I'd done that. I blistered that horse to make it have
You
that.
blistered the horse to make it like. That's what gets me. As an industry, we have rights.
Yes.
But to be honest, now, we've got a lot of people out there that they live to throw you under the bus. Mm-hmm. And we've got bad apples in this industry. There ain't no sense in lying about it. Everybody knows it.
Well, every industry is something out there. You have bad people and good people. You know, it don't make no difference on what it is.
Well, it doesn't. I mean, every industry you go to, you can find things. I've looked in there from the quarter horse, people being found abusive and suspended, or the police, the authorities getting them. The racing industry, they've got problems.
Yes.
And I could keep going to different places and pointing out different things, but it all boils down to one thing, Jerry. I watched our horse from what it was in the 60s to what it is today.
Yes.
And I guarantee you, if back in 2016, you take 29 horses that were turned down for scars, you take them and then you turn around and you run biopsies on every one of them. And you cannot find a scar on any of the 29.
Yes.
That is what caused our industry to start going downhill in the number of shows that we had. Mm-hmm. The no show back, because of the incompetence of the USDA, took away our due process and caused the number of entries at multi-night shows and at Celebration to go down. And they want to blame us for it when it was their incompetence.
Oh, yeah.
And Reimer, I would say exactly how useless you are, but for you to say that you believe riding a horse is soaring. The horse has carried men from Custer's Last Stand all the way to the day.
Yeah.
I don't know, Jerry. I get.
Oh, it get you aggravated now. I tell you, you know, especially if you do this for a living and try to support a family and all this stuff, and you got somebody coming in here that's trying to ruin your livelihood and stuff like that. You know, and the way you support your family all your life, the way you would support a lot of us that's that's training these horses, that's the way we would support it. It's the same way, and then all of a sudden you got somebody coming there and try to take your livelihood away from you.
No, tell me about it.
You know,
we had a equine exhibition over at Miller Coliseum one time. Now, this was before we did the video ad, the right to video and all this. But I had Judge Matheny come over and some of the congressmen state congressmen, and they was checking horses, and Dr. Baum pointed out one that couldn't show because it was scarred. Judge Matheny got down there and he looked and he said, well, there ain't nothing here. And Dr. Baum said, well, they wouldn't let that horse show anyway. Why? Well, he's scarred, but there ain't nothing here. And now that's how bad it got.
yes.
But Dr. Baum got to where he could look at a horse and say, well, they're going to say that's a scar, even though it wasn't, but he knew in the USDA's mind what they were going to do.
Yes.
So it's just like when you look at one, Jerry. I remember you asked me about one horse, and you said, Jerry, I don't know, but up here where his ankle, said the way it is, they may not let him show. Wasn't rubbed, wasn't nothing.
It's just the way that horse was built.
Yeah, it's the way he's built.
He had high bones on the side of his legs right there. But now, that's what I'm saying. But you have some government people say, oh, he's a scar. And it ain't no scar there. It's just a bone that's in his leg that's built that way.
But they don't look for hair loss when it comes to a scar.
Yes.
They look for hair loss late in the year when a horse starts shedding a lot of hair anyway.
Well, it's summertime and everything shed hair. You take a dog, he shed hair.
That's right.
Certain time of year, he shed a lot more.
You
look
shed
well.
too.
You like me, I shed hair.
You shed something.
It ain't scarred, but it's pretty. It's smooth, but
It went, the heat did
yeah,
it.
that's, he done it.
Them hats you wearing, that yakety yak hat, it. But that, I mean, it's fun. I mean, it's good for us to sit here and laugh about this. But to be honest, when you look at it, it's a tragedy because of what it's cost.
Yes.
It's cost the charities. It's cost some people to completely get out of it. Some trainers have lost almost everything they had.
Well, the biggest thing of it, Jerry, it was never no set boundaries of what they want. They always changed it every time you went. To every show, when the government showed up, it was something different.
Something different.
They let this go away this time, and the next time they come back, it'll be a totally different thing. You can't use it, or you can't have it this, or whatever. And that's what I'm saying. It just, they changed the laws when they wanted to change it.
I'm going to tell you what bothered me more than anything. The legend Billy Gray served 4 years suspension for a scarred horse, and the horse that was supposedly scarred never missed a show.
That's right.
Went on and won multiple championships, grand championships, never got another ticket. But Billy Gray served 4 years because the USDA said the horse was scarred.
And that put him putting him and his son out of business.
Yeah. I mean,
that stuff like that.
But in the USDA think, man, look what we're doing. All y'all are doing is to me, you're the next thing to a terrorist when it comes to the equine industry.
Yes.
It's just, if you could justify what you do, it'd be different, but you can't. You can't even justify it when you check each other. You can't agree. Reimer, they shut you down so many times at one celebration, overruled what you were doing that we had video of you just getting disgusted about it. The others too. I mean, and now you're running it, and you couldn't get one back then. So, what are we supposed to believe in you? You believe a horse gets sore just riding him. Hey, that's bull. That's Baker telling him he's wrong now, and look at him, he pouting up. Yeah, I was right. But that's the way it goes, and that's what we're faced with. That's what tears me up.
Yes.
That's what upsets me more than anything, is because their incompetence and they want to dump it off on us. They would never make it in the veterinary world.
No.
Someone would sue them for just malpractice. But that I could go on and on, sit here all day and point a finger at them until the court system finishes up on what they're doing, because we know we're right. So that's it. Now, Jerry, we're going to turn back the clock again. We're going to look at shows that we have lost, and I mean good shows.
Yes, real good shows.
Shows that everybody wanted. Everybody wanted to go. And I mean, and we no longer have them. But here's your amateur 3-year-old.
And that was one of the biggest shows it was.
Oh, it was huge.
That would kind of set the tone for the celebration if you won Gallatin.
Oh yeah, if you won in Gallatin, buddy, you was looking in the right direction where you were going.
That's right.
And this is another thing. Some of these riders that we're going to see are no longer showing.
Yep.
I mean, some of them just said, "Hey, I've had my fill." You remember that horse?
Yeah.
Remember that lady?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Suzanne was a regular. If there was a horse show, Suzanne was there. But,
Sky Meyer.
there was some good ones.
Oh, they had some good horses. I mean, they had some good lady riders and everything else. And And I mean, like I said, that was a big show, and everybody looked, and that helped that community out. Everybody in Gallatin looked forward to that show.
Here's your 3-year-old stallions. I'm not sure, but I believe that this particular show that we got here, that Jack Green was the photographer, but I believe Ronnie Spears was the judge.
Uh-huh.
May not be, no. I mean, I'm trying to remember. That's when we'd go to these shows, we'd take the van and shoot off the top. But this was a major fundraiser for Gallatin. Major fundraiser. Amateur specialty.
But a lot of these people, like you say, you see here, you don't see them showing no more. I mean, they just kind of got fed up with it.
Well, they got fed up with the fact you spend all your money, you try to take care of your horse, you go to a horse show and they say, well, he can't show.
Yeah.
And I've seen them down there, I've seen them turn down some that you just say, what are they looking at? Can they turn that horse down? But this was the community down there, though, is what got me. And it was the Lions Club. They would come and the ladies would cook all the pastries and stuff. I mean, it was unbelievable. And every year, people would just line the track. So, but it's gone. And most likely, the last I heard that it would take quite a bit to get that place back in shape to have a horse show. And it was one of the best ones.
Oh yeah.
Around. I always loved going down there because the hospitality and the people.
People, that's right.
They just super good.
And I'll tell you, a lot of good trainers was right there, was from Gallatin. Billy Gray was was over in that area. What Joe Martin? No, Joe Martin was from was around that area
at one time. Yes, at one time. And here's Summertown. Don't you know Bobby Ballou would like to have this show back?
Mm-hmm.
You know who that is?
Yeah. That was a real good show.
Yes, it was. And out, you'd go in that building right there and they'd have food all over the place. Just, and this was outside of Columbia at Summertown. They always had a good show. Had a lot of fun, a lot of people. Lions Club would get out there and work. You know who that is, don't you?
Yep.
Tam Brogdon, bless her heart.
Yeah, they had that show was a real good show.
Well, it was camaraderie of the industry, really.
Yeah.
They'd get together and we'd have shows and people just, I don't know. The USDA has taken so much from the people that enjoy this horse. They have hurt the economy, and it's like they really don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Wanting to hurt it some more.
I tell you, it just brings back memories of looking at these shows. You sit back and listen to these, watch these shows and the horses.
You know what? I'm sitting here thinking that you watch these horses, and all of them are just doing what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
They don't look bad. They look good.
Uh-huh.
But it's just, I don't know. It's just, it just tears me up to think about what one division of our government has done.
Yeah.
Following the instructions of a group that paid a person to lie under oath and got caught, but yet they turn around and they want to back them and destroy this industry. And I blame some of the other breeds too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do, because they wanted to put the pressure on us and take the pressure off of them. And now it's on them, and they're crying like babies.
Yeah, you're right.
They can't stand, but we won't want our horses 30 days before. I mean, I've seen a lot of these posts from other equine sites, and there ain't none of them want to go through the inspection.
That's right.
That we've gone through for 50 years. Well, I got news for you. The Horse Protection Act is just that, the Horse Protection Act, and you're going to get you some of it, believe me. Well, I guess you're up.
Well, we'll be right back after these messages.
This place, where you grew up, where your memories were made, and where your dreams were born, where your neighbors stop to say hello, and where you're always welcome to stay a while, where your Fridays are spent under the lights, and where Saturdays are made for the water, where you can feel good about a hard day's work and take pride in a job well done, where small business makes a big impact, and home is always a sight for sore eyes. And where the best things in life, well, the best things in life are the little things. Tullahoma Utilities Authority, power in community.
Hey Tennessee, Ross Chastain here, the guy who likes to smash watermelons on the front stretch at Nashville Superspeedway. But you know what I never smash? Safety rules. Racing's all about control, and the same goes for life on the road. So use your melon and don't mix drinking and driving. It's like trying to race with a busted engine. Be a pit crew hero, and if you've had a few, pass the keys to a sober friend, because we're all racing toward a safer Tennessee, and we want you there at the finish line.
Folks, this is where you send money to help in the legal fund to combat the new proposed rulemaking that the USDA released here a couple weeks ago. This is tax-deductible donation as fast as a 501c3, and be sure to put legal fund on your memo line, as this guarantees that your money goes exactly where you want it to go.
Welcome back. You know, Jerry, one other thing before we show some more video. The USDA, now listen to this. Event manager that elects not to use an APHIS representative or HPI will be held liable if it is later found that a horse was shown, exhibited, or sold while sore. However, event manager that elects to use either a APHIS representative or HPI can only be held liable for horses they failed to disqualify. Well, if the government is there, they're going to inspect the horse. So if I don't hire an HPI to come inspect my horses, the horse show, and the government doesn't show up, how are they going to say that it was sore?
Yeah, because they did not check it themselves.
Yeah, because they wasn't there to see that it was sore.
Yeah.
So really, some of their laws don't make sense, because I can just turn around and say, well, I don't want an HPI. So they come in, well, they're going to inspect it. So if a horse shows it's sore, it's on them, not me.
Yeah.
Yep. We got some more lost shows we're going to look at. Eagle. I love this one.
Yeah.
All except the chiggers. You know,
They sell some good ice cream there.
Oh yeah, they had that old guy come in there with that.
Yeah.
It would go to sale. I tell you what, now they had some good shows down
Yeah.
there. I remember one that they had that the state class they had to have a workout, and Ronnie, I can't remember his name, his last name. He lived out there on 64. You remember who I'm talking about? And he worked out at that big, the one out on the left on 231. Oh, his first name was Ronnie. I can't remember his last one. But he was a trainer, big, stocky built guy.
Ronnie Campbell.
Yeah, Ronnie Campbell. He won it that night, and I mean, but it was a great workout. Tim Smith still rides like that. And so does Bobby Hughes.
Yeah. But yeah, them shows right there was a real good show right there.
They was, I mean, they just special. I mean, really and truly, they were special. They had a flat shot class down there that had 20-something horses in it.
Yeah.
But like everything else, when the USDA shows up, they throw a monkey wrench in it one way or the other. And then they'd get in competition with each other. And you could tell it was competition.
I tell you, when they used to have this show right here, that was the most traffic you ever see through Eagleville.
Yep.
Was doing the horse show. If you ain't know what a horse show was, all you had to do is follow the traffic, and they were gonna turn right off on that road and go down there to it.
Take you right down there to it.
Yep. But that was a highlight. That brought stuff to that town right there.
Old Dick. It just, I don't know, I miss these shows simply because of the camaraderie. People sit over there, they'd grab them a cheeseburger and sit there and talk and watch the horses.
Run and walk, please. Short run and walk.
And I tell you, sitting here, Jerry, watching these horses, to me, they look great.
Yeah.
Look just fine. I mean, you got some that's better than the others, but you don't have any that look crampy.
No.
Look like they're struggling. They're just going on. That's why I've always felt that the government was just, the USDA was following orders from the Humane Society.
Yeah.
I couldn't help but feel that way. This was another Lions Club show.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, I think about this and how much the Lions Club lost, the different ones that we went to.
Yeah.
I mean, it just wasn't right.
I would love to see some of these shows try to come back, you know.
I would too.
And, you know, just to...
I'd love it. Tony Rice, now that's one that could come back easily.
Yeah.
Over in Shelbyville.
Judy Lee Gentry of Murfreesboro, Lion King, and Maggie Moore. A look at our Blue Ribbon winner in the Show Pleasure division. Here's Night Star in command. Brock Tillman makes the winning ride tonight. Connie Hess is the owner from Harrisonburg, Virginia. Brock Tillman and Night Star in command. A commanding performance and a Show Pleasure Blue Ribbon tonight at Tony Rice. Maggie Kale kicks off her 4th of July weekend in Blue Ribbon style. Here at the Tony Rice Center show tonight, it's Free to Score that carries her down victory lane. The owner and rider from
kids.
Alabama, Tennessee.
They're not kids anymore.
Check out that Blue Ribbon smile tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, would you send Maggie Kale out of the ring with a big round of applause?
It's been several years since we had Tony Rice.
Oh, yeah.
James from Cornersville, a catalyst.
Now, right here, a young man is married and got children.
Children, yes, that's right.
Oh, it's a royal
Running
attraction.
a big beef operation now in Shelbyville.
Country pleasure class tonight. Nick Griffey is the owner and rider.
They're Philip Trumbull.
Yep.
All right, headed down victory lane with the Riders' Cup ribbon in our 2-year-old mares and geldings class. Here's L.O. Cutie. Philip Trimble riding Jada Kale's entry from Alamo, Tennessee. L.O. Cutie and Philip Trimble.
Samsung, George Ann Pratt.
Taking a trip down victory lane tonight. And our amateur
That is one lady that I really missed.
Oh, yeah.
I enjoyed the conversations that we had.
Samsung. The Don Pratt entry. George Ann Pratt and her blue ribbon ride
She would
tonight.
sit there and talk to you and be very sincere and dead on in her conversations. There's Jordan Dean.
Look at here. Fear or no fear? Would you give Jordan Dean a blue ribbon round of applause?
But you look at the people on the rail and all that stuff. I mean, you just.
There's Jimmy
All
McConnell.
right, proudly sporting the Riders' Cup ribbon in our 2-year-old Stallions class.
This might have been the night that Tommy Williams was kind of bad-mouthing Jimmy. Jimmy told him, said, "You're going to keep on, I'm going to get you." Jimmy slipped up behind Tommy. Tommy run that mouth, buddy. He started begging.
Jimmy McConnell.
Oh, Jimmy was a pistol now.
Jimmy McConnell makes that good ride down victory lane tonight.
Jimmy McConnell, and he's Slim Shady, or Shady and Black. Pushing that jazz. Dahlia Smith, she's grown now.
Oh yeah, she's grown.
Dahlia Smith makes the good ride. Molly and Annabelle Six class tonight.
That was a good horse there too.
Dahlia Smith Har. Well, that was a good horse right there.
Yeah.
I remember it well. Pushing that jazz.
All right, with the Riders' Cup ribbon, here's our 4-year-old winner.
Those are two owners that we've lost.
Steve Dunn
And a
makes
trainer.
the good ride. Brent
No longer
Wilson,
trained.
Baskin of Franklin. Spotlight on parole and Steve Dunn. Let's take a look. Here's our blue ribbon winner.
Now, Courtney,
Heating things up here on this
She's
chilly Thursday night.
sticking in there.
She's
Yeah.
Caliente. Courtney Luttrell makes the
Caliente.
good ride for the Stone Manor Farm of Alvaton, Kentucky.
You know what that
she's
means?
Caliente.
Hot.
The Tony Rice Center blue ribbon winner tonight.
And Courtney, buddy, now she's
She's a good rider.
real good.
Yep.
All right. The
And
championship
here's
trot
Sky
line
Miles
is a
and
full
Jimmy
horse
McConnell.
here. symbolizing their championship win tonight. And the first championship win of this great 4th of July weekend tradition here in Middle Tennessee. They're starting to set the stage for the celebration in August. Here's Skyballs. Jimmy McConnell makes the winning ride and campaigns the entry for the Mike Chapari family of Santa Rosa, California, and Bell Buckle. Skyballs and Jimmy McConnell, they leave the ring as a champion tonight. Ladies and gentlemen.
Now, this show here was a real good show.
Oh, man. It was real good. But, Lord, down in that valley, you get hot. You 11 and under. Surrounded down there on all the way around town in a hole, no breeze, no air, but some good horse shows.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd have some good horse shows.
Yep, some real good ones.
They used to sell them big jars of pickles.
Mm-hmm.
General Willie and Nathan Oliver. Yeah, he's grown now.
Oh, yeah. I got that horse at my barn right there with General Willie.
You got him now?
Mm-hmm. He's 24 years old.
24. That's about the age of Nathan. I'm not sure how old Nathan is now. But he's a whole lot bigger now than he was then. That's Lee McGartland, isn't it?
Yeah.
I believe it is. What did I say? Bruce Pearl. Amateur pony.
Lawrence. Lawrence on.
That's her. She ain't changed a bit.
No, she haven't.
You still got marks on at the barn.
No,
She took him home
Yeah.
pasture.
Uh-huh.
Now there's Megan Davis. Jazz country. Here's another we lost.
Yeah.
You know, I've held shows down there, just trying to get them shows back, but just
Now, one time that was a big show.
If you didn't go to Lynchburg, you didn't. I remember when we was down there and it was raining, and we were talking about the horses. And Herschel Blessing said that he knew his horse could walk on water. This is a place where sitting around the ring, I mean, one end of it you could go and everybody there had food laid out on the back of the truck. Then you had under the pavilion, you had church group, the 4-H, because last time we did it, we got the 4-H to come and do it. And there was, I believe, a church group come in and did the desserts. There's Dick.
Go to run and walk, please. Go run and walk.
Dr. Brogdon. Some of them I can recognize, some of them I can't.
She hadn't changed.
No, she hadn't changed a bit.
And sisters, she hadn't changed.
No. And Lisa.
Yep.
Now, amateur riders, take them on, let them run and walk, let them walk on. Call on your mares and geldings and show them to run and walk, let them walk on.
Yeah, I see you there, sir.
I made it to the rail. I figure out who that is I'm talking to. Boy, those were good shows.
Oh yeah, real good shows.
All right, riders, take that deep seat, call on your mares and geldings and show them to run and walk, let them walk on.
Link Webb. You can tell the way he rides who he is.
Oh, that's your class gates closed. Everybody's showing their flat rope.
Now this was Grinder Switch when it got rained out. And they went up to Columbia to have it.
That was a good show, that grind the switch.
Oh, yeah. I remember the first time I went down there, you had that big hat in the corner.
Yeah.
That's when Jennifer's mother was a photographer.
Mm-hmm.
And Jennifer Bars, who I was talking about, her mother was a fantastic photographer.
Yes, she was. A very lovely lady. I used to love going out and hanging out with her.
Go right and walk, please. Back to a flat walk, please.
There was real good shows
Oh,
up
yeah.
around Columbia. Mount Pleasant, they had a good show. And it seems, and I talked to a lady up there one time about starting a show back up that for the anglers, the fishing club for the kids. This was high school anglers, but that was the year that we did the angler show over in Manchester at the Coffee County Showgrounds for the anglers around here.
Now go right and walk, please.
They never got it started. But maybe the judge and everything rules in our favor, and I have confidence that he will, that we can start having some of these shows come back,
Yeah.
and these charities can make funds for their charity.
Charity, that's right.
Just hard. Charities have a hard time raising funds, and when they've got something that really pays off for them,
Run and walk
we
time.
need to keep
Show your
it.
three
Yes.
girls to run and walk, please.
I'd love to see the show come back here in Tullahoma,
Uh-huh.
because there used to be a great show. Ronnie Spears judge over here one year when an amateur won the state class. Sure did. I think that was back in the 80s, I believe.
Now reverse. On the reverse, show it.
Old Dick's a horse trainer.
Oh, yeah, he is. I tell you, he's very knowledgeable about a horse.
Walk time.
I told a guy one time we was talking, I said, Dick, you know, he's off tonight, but I said, he can see more with that one eye than you can see with two.
Flat walk, please.
Joe Cotton.
Yep.
It's for a blue ribbon ride here tonight.
He's
at the
selling
Grind
cars
and Switch
now, I
Classic.
believe.
On the reverse, show it a flat walk, please.
I wanted to show these shows, Jerry, just to show people what we lost.
Yeah.
Plus the fact that every one of these, the Lions Club did the majority of them. Now there was a Kiwanis show over and a Civiltans show over in Murfreesboro.
Yeah.
But the majority of the shows you go to were Lions Club where they put them on.
Put him on, yeah.
And they furnished glasses to little kids and people who was in need. And the USDA has more or less successfully just wiped that out for them.
You're exactly right.
Well, you're up.
We'll be right back after these messages.
The Tennessee Walking Horse is rapidly becoming the horse of choice when selecting a great ride for the family. If you're looking for a smooth, easy ride on the trail that will take you through hills and streams or an obstacle course competition, the versatility of the Tennessee Walking Horse will stand out by showing its willingness to learn and its smooth, easy, steady gait through the course. If it's a competitive show horse you're looking for, the Tennessee Walking Horse is the perfect family horse by young and old. Whether it's flat shot or padded performance classes for an amateur adult or youth, a walking horse is the horse of choice. The Tennessee Walking Horse is perfect for every equestrian division. Also, remember one simple truth.
If you ride one today, you'll own one tomorrow. That's a fact.
Folks, this is where you send money to help in the legal fund to combat the new proposed rulemaking that the USDA released here a couple weeks ago. This is tax-deductible donation as fast as a 501c3, and be sure to put legal fund on your memo line, as this guarantees that your money goes exactly where you want it to go.
More of What a Horse coming up.
Well, we've explained how many shows we've lost, the funding for Lions Club, and there's other charities too that have lost. There's the Silvertan Club, Kiwanis. I mean, it's just,
and that's just some of the shows right there that you show.
Yeah, that's just some.
There's a lot of them that
I gave CJ a list that long.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what I'm saying. But it's a lot of shows that we have lost. Linville used to have one over there. It used to be a good show. I mean, it's a
Nolensville. Yeah. I mean, you used to go down there for catfish sandwiches. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just unreal. I do want to remind everybody that the trainers are having an online auction, and in that online auction, in honor of Carol Styoff and Richards Jewelry, this tie tack is on there. It's $950 if you bought it, and believe me, it is one pretty
that's a pretty tie tag.
I can see a lady getting that in a heartbeat. I would say one of the trainers will end up in it, but I believe a lady will end up with that. It's awful pretty. I want to remind everybody that we've got the banquet this weekend, plus you got trainer show coming up in March, and the Fast Showcase.
Yes, sir.
So we'll have information on that, but I just want everybody to stop and think about this, what's going on.
Yes.
And support the walking horse industry. We seem to be the only ones willing to stand up and do the battle. So that's where we're at now. We're doing the battle. We're going to fight. At least I am. I'm not going to lay down.
Oh yeah, I am too. That's my livelihood.
Got to fight to stay alive. So we're going to fight to stay alive. I want everybody to have a good time this weekend.
And be safe.
Very safe. It's going to be rainy. See y'all next week.
See you later.
Working out hard every day to be the best I can. I shifted to the right, shifted to the left, hunker down low and reach high to the sky. Got my rhythm down pat, so they say. I'm looking like a winner in every way. So when I hear somebody say, what a horse, I know they're talking about me, of course. And I'm gonna be in that winner's circle someday. Yeah, I'm a prime example of a Tennessee walker, a high-stepping, fast-walking Tennessee talker. I'm gonna be in that winner's circle someday. Feet start talking.